Uh, this law is very important to beget advanced forecasting and life the people and LGBT. Uh, in my opinion, this law deveria ter, como se pronuncia?
Should have.
Como?
Should have.
In my opinion, this law should have more. Eu não sei falar a palavra, esqueci.
What is the word?
Abranger.
Oh, so this law should be more encompassing. Should be more encompassing.
Okay. The law should be more encompassing
Yeah.
in day to day in routine.
Okay,
For
so
the
it should be
people.
more encompassing of day to day. Day to day, what was the word?
What?
What? So you said day to day?
In my routine.
Sorry, could you say that again? Or could you write it and then I'll correct. I'll try to understand afterwards. You can send me in the chat because we're kind of short on time. So, okay. So how about the second article? So we don't really have too much time, unfortunately, to talk in length about everything, but can anybody give me a summary, like the gist of this article? And it really comes from here.
Okay, I can try.
Go ahead.
Actually, I didn't understand a lot about the second article, but what I understood is that the Trump, he said that the doctors can choose. Actually, I didn't understand a lot, but can choose if they're gonna help or do surgeries in transgender or abort. That's what I understood, but I don't know if it's right or not.
It's absolutely correct. So basically what the law says, or the ruling says, is that doctors, as of November of last year, I think, or sorry, oh my god, no, June 12th, as of June 12th, the doctors have the right, so you guys also have that word in your handout, so they have the right to deny patients, or not deny patients, deny certain procedures like abortion, and what is more interesting to us right now, gender transitions. And you guys also have that in your handout. So they have the right to decline or cover gender transition procedures due to ethical concerns. Okay? So, why is this important? Not in a good way, but why is this, like, how does this affect the LGBTQ plus community?
I think this is like a form of discrimination, because they, with this kind of thing, I don't know how to say, I think they have more afraid to go to the doctor, and to be I don't know how to explain. But I think it is they have more afraid to go to the doctor, because the discriminalization, I think, is high with this thing, this espaçamento.
Yes, absolutely. That is a very good point. I like how you say it's a form of discrimination, because it absolutely is. To say, oh, I'm not going to do something because of the ethical or professional objection. And that goes back to what Juju said. So can you imagine somebody who feels they're in the body of a man, but they don't feel like a man? They feel like a woman, or they feel like so many things at one time. And they don't have the option to make the full transition. That can cause severe trauma. That can lead to suicide. So anybody else has anything they'd like to say about this?
Me.
Go ahead, Bianca.
So I believe this is a way to deny the existence of these people, and this is even more a way to marginalize these people and make them so small inside the society, you know?
Yeah.
It's a way to you say you don't exist.
Exactly. It's very much what you said, marginalizing. That's the key word. I mean, to deny someone's existence is perhaps the biggest form of humiliating someone. So, yes. Okay, now, as I said, I expect people to have all sorts of different opinions. And this is a very, very charged topic. So charged means brings a lot of different emotions, a lot of thoughts. And I believe in hearing everyone's opinion. So does anybody want to, if they feel like it, if they feel comfortable, and I can assure you your opinion is going to be heard, can anybody see the side of the doctor? So what is the other side of the issue? As in the side of the doctor or the healthcare agency?
I can try. Well, if I was a doctor, I would totally do it in someone. If someone wants to change her gender or something like that, I would do. But I don't understand, but I respect the doctors that don't want to do it because I don't know their religion or principles or anything, and I respect, and I think that they should be respect, like everyone should. But I don't think that we should force someone to do something that they don't want to do. If they don't want to do the surgery, it's okay. You can look for other doctor that wants to do it, and that's my opinion. But I would do, and I would totally respect everyone for their decisions.
Okay. Anybody else have an opinion like, sorry, I forgot your name. Anybody have an opinion like Laura's, or another opinion that kind of aligns with the side of the doctor? Or any opinion, really. Okay. We're going to be talking about this.
I'm sorry, I was trying to unmute Tiki. I think that the doctors who deny to do this kind of procedure is the ones that think that this is not a normal thing enough to do like a normal thing. It's not normal enough to me. It's not something that I should do because my job is to do this kind of procedure, but this procedure is unnatural, is not normal. So I don't want to do because this is what I think. I don't think that this kind of thing is normal. So it's a way to basically say that this community that feels that they don't match with the sex they were born, they are not normal either.
Yeah, definitely. Anybody else?
Me?
Go ahead.
I think that when people decide to become a doctor, you need to understand that you are there for serve everyone, independent. I don't know how to. Independently of your opinion. You are a doctor and you need to help other people. So for me, this not to choose who you want to attend. Basically this, I think.
Yeah. So I know what you mean by attend, but a better expression or a better word could be who they choose to see, who they choose to treat. Okay? Because okay, awesome.
That's true.
Yeah. Does anybody else have a point they would like to make? Awesome. So we're gonna move forward a little. Okay, we already talked about what do you think. Okay, now as I said, when Adele made the point that we are a part of a society and we want to be protected, and so LGBTQ plus people have to be protected too. We're going to talk a little bit about the concept of the social contract. Does anybody think they can explain briefly what the concept, the main point of the social contract is?
Sorry, I didn't get what you said.
Does anybody know what the social contract is and wants to explain?
Let me try.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, the social contract is a Illuminist book that Rousseau defends that the human is good. All humans born good, and the main purpose of the state is to secure the rights of all humans, and only for that, like it, isn't it?
Yeah, so also I know what you mean by asegurar, but in English we just say secure, okay?
Okay.
No problem though. Yeah, that's a really good summary. So yeah, it's saying everyone is good and people's rights must be maintained. And one important thing about the social contract that the like the ethos, like the most central part is it's a contract between the citizens and the state. So that means you give away certain rights to be protected by the state. For example, I give away the right to, I don't know, take something that is not mine so that I can be protected against someone stealing from me, against somebody taking something that is mine. So does that make sense? So it's a contract. For example, if you're trying to make a contract with, I don't know, an employer, and you guys also have that word. So somebody who you're working for. So you're trying to make a contract, and the contract is going to be a compromise. So you guys are going to meet in the middle. So you can be happy about some things, and they can be happy about some things. So the same thing happens to the social contract that is society. So I am not allowed to I don't know, to destroy public property, and likewise the government is not allowed to come to my house and just, I don't know, come in with a wrecking ball and destroy my house. Does that make sense? The social contract?
Good.
Yes.
Okay, so this is how it applies to the situations that were presented. So the social contract involves me giving away my right, quote unquote, which is just not a right, but anyways, the idea that I can refuse certain patients certain employees because of my own beliefs. So that when I go to the doctor says, you are, I don't know, you're a Celtics fan, you're a Flamengo fan, and I support Corinthians, so I'm not, yeah, I think you're like stupid, so I'm not gonna take you. Or you're a Jew, you're a Catholic, so, and I'm evangelical, so I'm not gonna take you. So once you cannot refuse someone based on their identity, you also cannot be refused by a doctor, by an employer, based on your identity. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so that's one side. That's one side of the issue here, or the discussion here, that we're in a social contract. Okay, the other side talks about religious freedom versus the secular state. So, can anybody try to explain to me what the secular state means? It's in the handout, by the way.
It's a separation between the state, the laws, the part of basically laws, I don't know how to say, and the religions.
Yeah. So it's a separation between state and church. Very, very important step in a democracy, separating state and church. And I think a lot. So we have now in Brazil a very big threat, that the secular state measure is just going to be abandoned. But anyways, I digress. So there are 2 points here. Religious freedom versus secular state. So in the United States, there is something called the First Amendment. So their constitution has amendments. So they're basically, I don't know how to describe it, like a set of principles, okay? So one of the principles in the First Amendment is that everyone can have religious freedom. And one of the other principles entailed in the Constitution is the secular state. Now, how do these conflict? Okay, so let me share this window with you guys. Okay, so there was this case, and there are a lot of these cases of people that refuse service. For example, a baker who refused to make a wedding cake for a same-sex couple. And one of the points they argued for is that they had religious freedom. So a business owner's religious beliefs or free speech rights. So free speech, I think you guys understand. So the thought that you can say anything you want because you live in a democracy can justify refusing some services to gay people. Okay, so what do you guys think? How should we balance religious freedom versus the separation of state and church, and that means laws and church? What are you guys' opinion on situations like these?
Okay. I don't believe that religion involves something like prejudice. So if your religion are bad with other people, so it is a bad religion, or you have to choose better ways um, to face these issues in the society. For example, this is a baker, right? Is a commercial center. So when you are talking about something commercial, it's something freedom. There is nothing about religions. You have to accept everyone. When you're talking about your church, so you can choose who can get in or not, you know?
Yeah.
You have to separate these things.
Let me talk, please.
Go ahead.
I think that there isn't a bad religion. The people are bad, and they confuse things. And like, if I can do it because of my religion, you shouldn't do too. And they, I don't know, they try to mandar, how to say, mandar na vida dos outros.
To I don't know, take charge.
Take charge of other people, and it gets it's I don't know, it's just it.
Yeah. Okay, so on the point of bad religion, so yeah, I don't think we can make these judgments. I think certain people definitely act in a way that is kind of, that doesn't align with your perception of what a religion should do, if your religion's supposed to improve you and supposed to be a gateway to a better life. I also agree that, I mean, most religions preach good, and good doesn't involve discriminating someone else. Okay, now we talk about this distinction. So I'm not familiar. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not familiar with what the fear is of, like, making a cake for a gay marriage. I'm not familiar with that. I don't know if there's some sort of punishment. I can understand the part of religion freedom of okay, I think it's wrong. But I cannot understand personally, and I would like some input about that, about why could I not serve someone? Is there some sort of punishment involved? So can anybody enlighten us, if you feel comfortable? If you're Catholic, what is the Catholic Church's view on your actions towards, like, helping a gay person?
I am not Catholic, but I used to go to Christian, I think, at Christian church, like Evangelica.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And I this exactly subject that you are explaining right now, I think is very confused to we say like who's right and who's wrong, but it like you say, I think it's like in this thoughts is like a crime. If I commit a crime and you know that what I did, and you didn't say anything for a cop, a police, to the police, you are like in my side, like you are protecting me. So I forgot the expression, like você meio que cometeu crime comigo.
Yeah, so you're kind of my accomplice.
Yeah, you're my accomplice. So I think when this, for example, this bakery woman, she didn't want to make the cake for them because if she is like bake cooking for the marriage, she's like with them,
Yeah.
she's like giving support for them for a thing that she's against.
Yeah.
It's not, maybe it can be a punishment too, like you say, but I don't think that is necessary a punishment. It's like she against that, she's against like if people become gay. In her heart, she's like she's that this choice is not right. So she didn't hate, but she also not doesn't want to give support for that thing.
Yes.
That's my opinion.
Gotcha. Thank you for making that clear. I think you did a wonderful job because I was also kind of in the dark about this. I wasn't super sure about how it worked. So what Adele said, so sometimes, not always, some people view, based on their religion, that LGBTQ plus people are like criminals, and if you're helping them, or if you see them and don't say anything, you're just an accomplice to a crime. So wonderful way to put it. Obviously, I don't agree with it, but like, that was a great explanation. So this is a matter of conciliating like somebody's perceptions of the law of men versus the law of God, right? So my opinion of it is that, I mean, I'm a religious person. I am a religious person, but I also acknowledge, and in my religion specifically, we don't find anything wrong with LGBTQ plus people. But anyways, if my religion said no, being gay, being LGBTQ plus is wrong, I would still personally realize that I live in earth, I live in the law of men, and by the social contract, by the law of men, I cannot refuse, I cannot discriminate against a person. And I think refusing to bake someone's wedding cake, that is a clear form of discrimination. So that is my perception of the law of men versus the law of God. Does anybody have a different opinion?
I would like to basically talk about your both opinions. Basically, we're talking about two different kind of persons. The kind of person that has a religion and understand that my religion is something too personal, is my point of view of something, and I cannot put it in someone else. I cannot say you are wrong because I think my religion says that you are wrong. And we have in the other side, the person who thinks that if I think this is wrong, everyone should think that this is also wrong. So everyone should agree with me.
Yeah.
And those are the two kinds of people we're talking about.
Yes. So let me try to understand. So do you think in a way, so when you said there a person who thinks what I'm saying is right, are you trying to say that also allowing or like persecuting? So basically the Supreme Court decided against the bakers. They sued the bakers. Or actually they passed on. The Supreme Court didn't end up judging this case, but the bakers were sued. The court went against them. So are you saying it's kind of the court imposing their own beliefs on the bakers?
Not exactly. The point of the baker is that is a person that don't know how to respect other opinions. So it wasn't a difficult decision to them to say, I'm not going to do this because I don't think it's right. But they are in the wrong side basically, because they don't respect the other's point of view, the other situation. They don't respect the difference because the difference is something that we have to deal with every single day of our lives. We have to deal with something that is different from our own beliefs, our lifestyle. And if you don't know how to respect other people, you should not even be working to something so personal, like be part of a wedding, be part of the construction of a family.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you shouldn't be like, Giovanna, were you gonna say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think, in my opinion, it's not about religion and what Jesus would do about something. He taught us that we have to respect everyone in life. So I follow the way of Jesus enough, and not my religion.
That's very powerful. Thank you for sharing that. That's very, very powerful. Anyone else?
I'd like to say a little. I think that this religion thing, the best religion for you, it's the religion that makes you a better person.
Yeah.
So if the bakery's religion. It's making them think that they can't do a cake for a wedding, a gay wedding. The religion is making him a bad person. Not a bad person, but a person that doesn't respect each other. And I'm Catholic. Catholic. I don't know how to say Catholic, but because this religion makes me a better person, makes me believe that I can respect and I accept everyone by who they are. And if your religion doesn't make you feel like this, it's because this religion is not making you a better person.
Thank you for, yeah, that's a great way to put it. So unfortunately, we're running out of time again. We have like 8 minutes. So I was going to talk a little bit more about Brazil. Basically, it's going to be very fast, and this is in Portuguese. So basically, the Supreme Court said they classify, which is so weird, they classify as a crime of, they criminalize like homophobia and transphobia. But the weird part about it is that they put it under racism, which I just think it's like, it's like also like a part of not acknowledging it, like not giving it its own law. And also I do think it's still so, like, the definitions that they have are still so superficial, like homosexuals and transsexuals. Okay, how about the rest of the spectrum? But anyways, yeah. And then obviously our president, não poderia ter esse tipo de penalidade. Anyways, okay, he doesn't believe and very much in this, but this is besides the point for now. What I want to do now is I'm going to turn off, I'm not going to pause the recording, I'm going to